Hi guys, ArchieLuxury, and who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury on the ArchieLuxury channel. And today guys, I want to make this video and ask the question, is it time to dump your collection? Your luxury watch collection. The reason I'm making this video is there's a couple of car channels. Who am I talking about? Hoovy, you've got Tavash, and you've got Ed Boland from VinWiki. Those three guys there have basically dumped their entire car collection. And reading between the lines, I mean, these guys here, they kind of pretend to be many things, you know, for their YouTube audience. But reading between the lines, they basically think the car market is at a record high. Why not dump at the height and basically cash their chips in at the casino and walk away? And I got to be totally honest with you, this is a interesting scenario because let's have a look. The same rules could also apply to luxury watches. The car market, particularly in the Western world, car prices are extremely high. We've got a chip shortage. Whether it's artificial or not remains to be seen, but car prices are at a record high. And that can also be said for the luxury wristwatch market. Wristwatches are at an all-time high. Rolex is selling many pieces, are selling many multipliers over retail because stock is so limited. Very, very similar market, the car market and the luxury watch market. So the thing is, let me just tell you what is my opinion on this. And I want to say, first point I want to raise is these experts, Hoover, Ed from VinWiki, and Tavash, there may be a lot of logic into selling off their car collection. It doesn't mean it is the answer. Just because nobody has the magical crystal ball. In fact, with EV coming online, that's electric cars, maybe petrol, gasoline is a thing of the past. Now, we've already seen this in the watch market where quartz came out in the 70s. It didn't kill the automatic mechanical watch industry. So, I'd be a bit careful there, guys. The other thing is we are at a peak. Yes, we are at a peak. Is it time to cash out? The problem I have is, this is the second point. Okay, so you cash out of your watches. You get the premium. What are you going to do with your money? What are you going to do with the lucre? And in many countries, when you've sold these things, you've made a big profit, you've then got to pay capital gains tax. In Australia, for example, you would be paying capital gains tax. Different countries have different rules on this. So you're going to be basically getting out of your asset and giving the government a big chunk. Thank you. Are they going to send you a Christmas card? I don't think so. The next thing is, what happens if these experts are wrong and the market keeps going up? And this is the problem. This is the big problem. You're going to take a punt. It's always cool to think about these things, but the real question is, I think it depends on your circumstance. Say, for example, you are highly leveraged, highly geared, a lot of borrowing, a lot of debt. Well, and you've got a big collection. You know what? It might be a good idea to sell off some of the collection and pay down some of the debt. Now, some people would say, but interest rates are so low. Yes, that's very true. But if you've completely leveraged in luxury goods, because the type of asset class they are, you've often borrowed money at higher rates, personal loans, credit cards. So that sort of borrowing can be quite expensive, double-digit borrowing. So if you, I think the answer is, if you are highly leveraged and you've got a big collection, it might be a good idea to readjust the flow. If you are a middle class, middle-aged, overweight white guy, you've got a nice collection, would you sell off the collection to pay off your home? Maybe not. Maybe not. If you've got a mortgage, which is, say, your ratios, it's all about these VAS, value to asset ratio, the ratios. If you owe a lot in consumer debt, it's probably a good idea to sell a little bit of your collection off to get rid of expensive consumer debt, but not necessarily sell everything off to pay off the home itself. So that really is the decision you need to make there. Prices themselves there, they seem very, very, at the moment it seems high. The problem is, what are you going to do with the money? Say you cash out your collection. A good collector might have, say, $100,000. What are you going to do with it? Do you want to buy a motor car? That's dumb. Motor cars are at a peak. And why would you buy unnecessary thing that if you don't need the motor car? Do you put the $100,000 into paying your home off? Well, that creates other problems. You pay off the home and the wife decides that she no longer really likes you. So you're putting money into an asset which could have some nasty strings attached. Maybe you're best to just stay in the watches. Now, I know the watch market is really, really hot at the moment. Yes, it is. And maybe it's time to readjust. A good friend of mine I was talking to last night, he's got $1 million in watches. And he told me he had got out, he had some Vacheron Constantin, Vacheron, VC. He had the beautiful, the wanted, the overseas. He had 3 of them. He sold out. He got out of it. The market's very hot for that. He also sold off one of his Nautiluses. He had a Nautilus annual calendar. He sold it off, and he's basically reduced a bit of debt, a little bit of debt around the traps, and he's put the money into, in his case, he bought a Patek annual calendar chronograph, very nice, modern piece. He's also paid a bit of personal, any little smidgens of debts, kept a bit of a buffer, and off he goes. So he hasn't liquidated the entire collection. So I got to be totally honest with you. I think if you are really, really stretched financially, like really leveraged, maybe get rid of some of that debt. But if you've got a mortgage or two, you've got credit cards have been paid off, or what are you going to do with this money? Because spending it on consumption isn't really the answer. That's not really, that's just blowing your money. It's been so hard to make this money. You don't want to just spend it on consumption. So I think in many ways there, yeah, maybe get off a little bit. Stick to the blue chips. Rolex, Patek Philippe, Omega Speedmaster, Steel Sports. Stick to blue chip. Get out of speckies. get out of speckies, get out of anything speculative, get out of that, and stay in the blue chip category. That, I think, is the best way to ride through this storm. But it's interesting to see Hoovy, Ed, and Tavash selling the entire car collection off. What are they going to do with the money? And it depends. It really, they could easily get it so wrong. They could get it right, and they could also get it so wrong. And I suppose you've got to really, it's not just about the money. I think a bit of moderation would be the better way to go. In Hoovy's case, out of all the cars he sold off, I'm surprised he sold his SLS. That's the Mercedes supercar. I think that would have been something amazing to keep. That would be an amazing thing to keep. It's a pinnacle of automotive excellence. I'm surprised he didn't keep that. Keep a little bit to keep you happy in the game. That's what I think the better answer would have been. But hey, we'll see. Time will tell whether he made the right decision or the wrong decision. So I don't think I'd be cashing out everything. I think at the moment, I think the important thing is, if you're highly geared and you've got a lot of high interest debts, okay, sell a bit off, pay that off. But I wouldn't necessarily be cashing out, so to speak, because what are you going to do with that money? And at the end of the day, some of these collectibles may make you really happy. If they make you happy, why get out of them? Okay, guys, I'm ArchieLuxury. Tell me what you think. Like, subscribe, and tell your friends, and I will see you in the next one. Hey guys, check out one of my best friends, Jamie Opulence, on YouTube. Just go to Jamie Opulence on YouTube. A fantastic channel from my good friend Jamie. Check it out, guys. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. We're gearing up to Christmas, and I want to tell you about ArchieLuxury advertising packages. So guys, let me give you the drum. Let me give you the squirt. Let me tell you the story. So, what have we got here for you? We got some really good packages. What have we got? Advertising packages. Do you want a 15-second insert? 15-second insert into every ArchieLuxury video and Paul Pluta channel video. 15-second insert into each video. $200 for a month. $200 for a month. If you want a rolling script, every video for a month, $100 for the month. You'll get your rolling script into each video I produce. Fridge space is pretty full at the moment. I will be advising when I'm taking more fridge advertisers. Let me know if there's any Christmas deal I can do for you. I'm ArchieLuxury. Advertise and become a winner.